Hi, my name is Elijah Cook, and this is my final presentation for English 3080, our literature class. So, first of all, my chosen text is The Count of Monte Cristo. I began reading this in late August and finished in about early November, so it took me a while. It's a big book, it's about 1,300 pages, but I can safely say it's one of my favorite books I've ever read. I thought it was just gripping from end to end, and there was a lot of really powerful messaging, and I felt like the story is deserving of being considered in the literary canon. So I felt like this is the perfect opportunity for me to look at the book a little closer and to do an in-depth analysis on some of the deeper messaging behind what's going on. What I'm arguing here is to show how Count of Monte Cristo is a criticism of upper class and lower class dynamics, spirituality versus secularism, and a strong commentary on morality and wealth. I think that in the paper, my argument is very strong because it's clear in a lot of Dumas's writing here that he has strong beliefs on that, and the characters demonstrated that very well. Dantes and his quest for revenge. It really paints an interesting picture, and it was really fun to argue for these things. The critical theory that I decided to use for my argument was the Marxist theory. It provides the mechanisms and tools necessary to deconstruct the philosophical claims made about class in the book. As I said, my argument, really depended on being able to break down um, the themes and the messaging about class and the caste system. And I think that the book and really supported my argument there. But it was clear to me that the Marxist theory was probably going to be the best tool for me to be able to dive into that area of the book. And when I thought about what I want to spend my time on with this paper, and not just wanting to throw in the towel and kind of half-ass it, but wanting to spend my time doing something that was interesting and meaningful and substantive, I felt like this theory was going to help me to really dig into what I wanted to know more about the book. And the final slide in my presentation, what I found, the Marxist perspective in this book demonstrated how a person benefits from life in the upper class, how different cultures exemplify the dynamic, and what length the person will go to gain and maintain wealth. And I think all my findings supported my argument very well. A lot of these things are demonstrated if you've ever read the book. I think one of the most telling parts and one of the strong points of my paper was when I talked about Dantes's time in Italy and his time in Rome. The contrast of the societies, the way that they value money, the way that they maybe in Italy they really don't stop bandits the way they do in Paris. I didn't mean to say Rome, I meant to say Paris. And when they're in Paris, there really aren't any bandits. It's like a myth. But when they're in Italy or Rome, I can't remember which it is. I'm a little embarrassed to say that, but one of the main plot points is that the Count of Monte Cristo engages with a famous bandit named Luigi Vampa. So, what length a person will go to maintain and gain wealth is probably the driving point behind the story. And I think it's sort of Dantes, the main character, acts as our vessel, as he has been personally afflicted by that, and he's on this mission to kind of get revenge because he's so shocked that these men would do anything to they would destroy a man to be able to gain wealth. And I thought that was very interesting. So without anything else to say, I really appreciate you watching my presentation, and I hope that you enjoy my paper as well. Thank you.